David Smith here with one more flipped classroom math video. Today's topic, solution and self-assessment for the broken eggs problem of the week. Let's get started, okay? So the third section of your report is the solution. And this is really the heart of the entire report. This is where you show your answer to the question, which was, how many eggs did she have? Remember, she's smart enough to get insurance, but not smart enough to remember how many eggs she had. I know it's a little strange, but that's the problem that we're given, okay? So you've undoubtedly talked about this with partners, with me in class, and you've thought about it pretty hard. So now is the time to write your solution for that. What you want to do is state your solution clearly, even if you didn't get all the way there. So clearly would mean you would say something like, I know she has blank eggs. Okay, that's a clear statement of the solution. If you don't know that, if you didn't figure that out, then say what you do know. You can say, well, I know her eggs have to fall between these two numbers. You might say, I know it has to be, you might know some things about that solution, even if you don't know the number. Also, I guarantee you, there are multiple solutions to this problem of the week. So if you've stumbled across more than one, please give the second or the third solution that you might have found. Second thing, show your math. So you can't just say, oh, it's this many eggs. You've got to show how that satisfies the conditions. Remember, groups of 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6, always one egg left over. Groups of 7, no eggs left over. So you've got to show how that supports your solution, how your number fits that pattern. So this is where you're going to show some math in there. It's pretty straightforward, but you've got to show it. The last thing, be convincing. Think about it this way. If you're convincing enough, you'd win $1 million. Well, you're not, but if you just pretend like you would, that would help you evaluate your words and make sure that you state it forcefully, that it makes sense, that it's clear, and that it would convince anybody who understands the problem that you got to the solution. The fourth and last section of your report is called the self-assessment. And this is where you look back at what you did and you do several things. The first one is discuss the new learning. What did you learn from this POW? You might have learned math things like, I figured out how to divide and subtract numbers in a certain way. You might have learned non-math things like, I learned how to organize my thoughts on scratch paper and then use that to come to a conclusion. There's no strict requirement that certain things be discussed in your new learning. It just needs to be new learning for yourself. Second, provide and justify a letter grade. So you're being asked to grade yourself. So give yourself, like for example, I might go, oh, I think I should get a B+ on this POW because I stuck with it. I was challenged, but I couldn't get all the way to the solution by myself. I had to ask my friend to get there. So for me, that's a B+. In order to get an A, I'd really need to solve it all by myself. That kind of thing. You can mention how hard you worked, but effort alone is not a good enough justification for a grade. You need to list other things that went on for you during that POW. The grade you give yourself is not the grade you get for your POW. That's my job as your teacher. So I will grade your POW and give you a grade. All I look for is that you provide a reasonable grade and that you justify it. If you didn't do anything on the POW, turn in a blank piece of paper but say, I get an A, that's not going to really work so much. So make it a reasonable grade. Finally, in a later video, I'm going to go over the grade sheet. This is a tool that I use to grade your POW. And guess what? I publish it for you ahead of time so you can go down this checklist and see that you're doing all the things you need to do to get your best possible grade for the POW. That's all I got for you. I hope you liked the video. If you did, give me a like down below. Subscribe as well.